Okay, so this will be maybe a quick and probably boring to some of you rant video. Because laptop makers, the recent years, are really going this way, which is the reflective screens. Those are the most annoying thing you'll ever probably see in your life, and that's not just to Apple or to a single company that I would say. These are to all the newer laptops. The other one under it is kind of a okay newer laptop. Here is another one, for example, a Chromebook. Seriously, that is a Chromebook. You see more reflections right there than anything else. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Because seriously, am I buying a mirror or a laptop? I'm gonna go in why is actually health-wise not a good idea to have one of these reflecting laptops. And this is based on my own experience and not based on any doctor speech. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving any medical advice because I don't know how to do that. So this is the reflective laptop, right? Let me throw this one right here. Now, let me show you a non-reflective older laptop. This one right here, for example, is an older laptop. Look at that. Perfect. Well, needs to be cleaned a little bit better, but look at my hand versus look at the hand here. Now, let me shine a flashlight through both of them, and you tell me, what do you see here? Boom. This one, there is some shine, of course, but you can still see it's kind of blurred out. Versus this one, I can take that shine straight to the eyes, and you see the fingerprints as well. And versus here, there's less fingerprints. So, why am I showing you this? Because when you're working on a laptop or a computer screen or whatnot, you usually spend a lot of hours on it. And that's most of us, because I do the same too. And I'm not saying that's only you or only somebody else. But what happens here is that these laptops, now right here, I can see my hand perfectly good. Versus here, you don't see any reflection at all. And especially if you're working outdoors, good luck. I wish you the best of luck with this, unless the brightness goes a million nits and you have to have a truck battery with you to hold that charge. You ain't gonna be able to see anything but the sun and the sky on it. That is complete a failure, in my opinion. Now, this one here, I don't really need to crank that light to a million nits. I can just work with it because it's made to work. And what I noticed, this versus this, for example, or this other one, this is non-reflective as well, matte color, is that here I get really tired working on, especially if I'm doing any music project or something that requires the whole Apple ecosystem. If you know, you know. But besides that, if I work for more than 2 hours on this one, my eyes get tired because now my eyes are looking at my own reflection, they're looking at the reflections around me and trying to make up of what am I even working on? Because now I have too many things competing for my eyes. Versus these here that don't have the reflection, I'm not competing with anything. I just see the screen perfectly fine, and I'm not competing with any other things around it. And that is why I have, I don't know, 20 or 30 of these older style laptops, because they simply work. Now let me just show you that I'm actually not joking. I have a few reflectives. Yeah, that's true, unfortunately. Let me just shut this one down. It is a pure Apple. Just different kind of Apple. Don't worry about it. Okay, so these are all 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all reflective laptops. These are the ones that I actually do not use most of the time because they just don't make sense. They don't make sense. Let me put them on the side. And now you are seeing what I actually use. Yes, they're the older Dells, but they simply work. And as you see, there's barely any reflection, and I'm in front of it. And yes, just in case you're wondering, they're all working, and oh, I didn't mean to turn it on. They all have their own designation of what they do. For example, let me just pull this one here since I have it open. This one, I do the AI workstation stuff on it. As you see right here, there's AI stuff that goes on it. It looks old, but don't be fooled by the looks of it. Everything inside is actually upgraded. It's rocking an i7. It has 16 gigs of RAM and all that, upgraded fans and all that good stuff. And for example, this other one, that's a T430, which is probably arguably one of the best laptops ever made. This is what I use for data recovery, because a lot of these applications like data recovery and AI reworks and all that, they take hours, and data recovery sometimes takes even days, if not weeks. So I need a laptop that is actually reliable enough to stay on 24/7. And these ones, they'll stay on. They'll stay on forever. You don't need to sleep thinking about them. And yes, I have a lot of elite books that you see right there. They're all actually in working conditions. This one I use for networking stuff. It's an i5, but it does the job. That's a 6460B. It's really good for network stuff. I don't need anything fancier than this one. It does the job. They're easy to repair. You just push this, boom. You lift it. You have everything inside this laptop that you can upgrade by hand without ever using a single screwdriver. Boom, and it goes back on. And it's the same for this one. It has these little caddies. The drive is here. Batteries here. You can pull, for example, the DVD-ROM here if you want to do expansions instead. You'll just push this out and boom, it's out. That's what I like about these laptops. Not to mention that they have a lot of different ports that are needed. You never know when you need a VGA working on. You have a network port here, which is the Ethernet, more USB. Yeah, Kensington, I don't use Kensington log, but you have the Wi-Fi with a real switch right there. You have the memory card. You have all this good stuff on these older laptops if you upgrade them and actually upkeep them. That is the secret to them. Upkeep and upgrade. And they will live forever. This one, yes, that's what I said. I use for AI. That's used for data recovery and processing. This other one for networking. These other ones are mostly different distros of Linux. Some of them are used for pen testing. These are all with different functions in their laptop society. And some of them, for example, I still have some older laptops that I use XP Service Pack 3, Service Pack 1. I have a laptop dedicated to Windows 7, dedicated to Windows 8, Windows Vista. Because a lot of times, especially in recovery and repairs and all that stuff, you never know when you are going to need a different operating system. So instead of changing drives and reinstalling and all that all the time, these laptops are cheap to buy actually. Really, really cheap. Sometimes you can find them for pennies to the dollar based on their price. And most of the time they're just BIOS locked because they were used either by police, firefighters, offices, and whatnot. So instead of throwing them away, why not go get them? It's actually not that hard to unlock BIOSes on laptops, most of them, especially Dell. It's like nothing. And you have perfectly working laptops, and you can buy upgrade parts, let's say an i7, I don't know, 5th, 6th generation that will fit on it. Perfect. And you can buy DDR3 RAM is actually not that expensive. 2 slots of 8 gigs that you can buy for one of these to make it 16 gigs. That'll be great. Just clean it up, repaste it, and now you have beautiful laptops to work with versus having to buy these newer, flimsy laptops that will last you a week. If you're lucky, a week. Versus these guys, because let's be real and honest here. I've had people asking me, what kind of gaming laptop do I suggest for their son or daughter, for example? 100% of the times, I tell them none, because there's no such thing as a gaming laptop. If you're a technician, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These machines are not made for gaming. I don't care what kind of ROG or beautiful Alienware you might have. They are beautiful laptops to look at. They're not meant for gaming. There's not enough air processing inside. There's not air handling. There's not enough capacity for them to have that kind of load on them. So gaming on a laptop is one of those things that I would 1,000,000% suggest to everyone, don't even touch it. Now, do you want a gaming laptop? What would I use a gaming laptop for? Because they have a good processor, good GPU, and all that. Well, I would use it for AI stuff, for data processing, for this stuff that I use these for. Just maybe a little bit faster. That is what I would use them for. Technical reasons. If you're a repair person, if you do media stuff, yes, okay, great. But you have laptops that are considered gaming laptops. Literally, you have to put 2 plugs on the back of it to put 300 watts on that laptop, and you still call it a laptop? Come on, that's not a laptop anymore. You have a workstation that is masked as a laptop. If you want real gaming, either go console, PlayStation, an Xbox or whatever, or go full PC with a good air ventilation, with good space, good upgradability, and all that good stuff. Because if you're a gamer, usually you need upgrades every few years. And we're talking few years, less than 4 years. Because games advance every time. Graphic processing is needed to be higher every time. So, for you as a gamer, a laptop is the biggest money pit you'll ever touch with your hands. And I'm just being brutally honest here. Look, I know the comments will come and bite me, and we'll try to say that I have a great gaming laptop. I've had it since 2022, 2 years, and it's still rocking. These are from 2012, 2013, these laptops. They're still rocking. They're still upgradable to 2024. I'm using them on a business manner. They still work. But your laptop in 3 years will be gone. And these guys will come to the burial and laugh at it. Because that gaming laptop was not meant for longevity. The heat that it generates inside to power that latest NVIDIA micro GPU or mobile GPU will destroy every single thing on it. You wouldn't believe how many newer laptops I've opened. Seriously, MOSFETs and capacitors and resistors and whatnot on that logic board actually desoldered due to the heat from the GPU. Not really any shorts or faults. And if you're a technician, you know exactly how that looks and what that means. It is seriously that bad. So, next time you think of gaming and you really like something gaming, go for a PC. Just don't waste your money on a laptop. If you want to be a technician, yeah, you can go with a laptop, even though I would highly suggest a laptop that has upgradability, not a laptop that's sealed shut, and like these here. There's a reason they're given for free in schools. Is this laptop, unless you have a screwdriver with you and a soldering iron and all that, there is nothing you can do with it. This laptop is as good as garbage to me. And the same goes for this one here. I don't have quick upgrade abilities on them, and most of these have the RAM soldered in, CPU soldered in, battery welded in. It just makes 0 sense for me to have any of these. I have these because I bought them used. They're pennies to the dollar, as I said before. I repaired them myself. I brought them back to life just to have them because I need sometimes a Chromebook to do different testing. And sometimes, yeah, there's some of you guys on comments that ask different questions. Does this work on Chromebook? Does this work on Mac, those kind of things, and I need something to give you a response. Because if I don't test it myself, I just don't trust Google searches. I have to see it myself to give you a proper answer. That's why I have all kinds of systems at hand at any given time. So yeah, back to the main point, why I refuse to go with a shiny screens or reflective screens is because it hurts my eyes. Actually, it hurts my eyes because my eyes are fighting now between watching what's happening here or what's happening here in the room that's being reflected on my screen. Or do I have to lower the light to save battery, or do I have to increase the light so I actually see what I'm working on? I know the argument will be probably by somebody in the comments if you ever comment. By the way, I don't appreciate if you keep it to yourself. Even if I'm wrong, I will comment if you say I'm wrong. Don't worry about it. But yes, you see a more vibrant picture. Seriously, That's your only home cinema you have. You don't have a TV. If you don't have a TV and you use only your laptop as a home cinema or to watch movies, I guarantee you that this will be more than enough to see every single color in the movie you're watching. You are not gonna watch anything better than you're gonna watch on a matte screen. You have to forget that part. There is friends that work with video editing, I mean dedicated video editing. Most of them have matte screen laptops. Even though they do color correction and all that, that requires big stuff. They use these guys here because they just work and it doesn't kill your eyes. So yeah, what I think is happening, besides, yeah, it looks cool. I gotta say, it looks cool to have that shiny screen, because everything now it's becoming shiny. It has to be shiny, otherwise there's no deal. In my opinion, it is wrong, and it's actually very unhealthy to you if you use shiny screens, whether it's monitors for your PC or laptops. And yes, even on my phones, I actually have matte glass on top, so it's not shiny, because that damages your eyes. And back to the previous point again, it is cheaper to make a laptop shiny than actually matte. This matte here is an extra layer on top of the panel. This is not just, by default, panels are not made with this matte layer. This is added. So yeah, I'm just saying. I never heard of a corporation trying to save a penny, but I'm just saying. So yeah, that was just my kind of rant on why I use all these older laptops and all must have a matte screen. Otherwise, I don't touch them because I don't need them. And with that said, I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Share this video with somebody that you think might want to watch it or might get a kick out of it, and leave your comments down below. How wrong was I? Or if you agree with me, let's pat each other's back. Bye.